There are folk that should know better, but they see and they unsee. It's even worse today because you have video and body cameras to replay it, and yet we still choose to unsee.
The Lord, He keeps doing great things for me.
Dives calling out Lazarus' name in hell means he knew who he was, yet he did nothing in this life to help him. And I might suggest to you that you don't always have to die or even be disabled physically per se to be Lazarus. All you have to do is be a people who for over 400 years were counted as inferior and pushed to a low economic and sociological status, who were never looked at as a people, and there you have a Lazarus sitting at the gate watching. From the Bronx 6 to the Central Park 5 to Jonathan Irons and many more who sat and still sit in a prison cell waiting on death row for crimes they didn't commit because they live in a condition that they were not looked at as a human being and had no means to pay for the fair treatment of the law. And even in the midst of death, the death of Emmett Till and George Floyd, they were just like Lazarus, either falsely accused or so black and poor that they were not viewed as humans. The rich man's primary problem is that when he finally decided to look at Lazarus, it was too late. He saw him from hell. But what if he looked at him realizing that he was him? He was a human being just like him. His blood was red just like him. What if he looked at him and realized that it was only by grace that he was in the position at the table eating the best foods, and thereby grace, if it had not been for the Lord, there go I. What if the rich man had finally looked at Lazarus like he was somebody? But yes, in all of Dives' riches, he could not stop death. And he had a bigger funeral than Lazarus, but I need to tell somebody here that he didn't have a bigger reward than Lazarus. I want to know something about the text. When you look at the text, the Bible says that when Lazarus died, he was carried by the angels. But when you look at the text again, and it says that the rich man dies, it said he was buried.
For He knows me better, so much better than anyone else. He takes better care of me than I care for myself.
Let me stop there and say that I'm so glad that when I die, I don't have to worry about just being buried. I want to be carried by the angels. That is an escort service. That is, they are being escorted to glory. Is there anybody here who can understand Lazarus's plight?
Jesus.